Hello everyone and welcome to our show. Today we discuss about SEO and we can touch topics about digital marketing as well. I'm excited to discuss all possible questions with Emmanuel Petrescu. How are you?
Hey, hi Anatoly. Hi to your audience. I'm fine. How about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty well. I think that when I wake up in the morning, I have two dogs, and they share positive feeling, attitudes for the whole day, and I try to avoid any negative emotions. That's why, yeah, I'm feeling good. It's like to set up your positive mindset each day. Okay, before we start, introduce a little bit about yourself, your background, and you decide to make this. Amanuel, you here?
I think you're back, or I was gone. I don't know which one of us has gone.
Possible. Okay. I'll cut for the audio podcast. But the first question is why you decided to take this topic and share more insights about you and your occupation. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anatoly, for that question. Well, digital marketing encompasses so many aspects of what we do today, and digital marketing is the actual marketing right now. I started off a while back, I guess, in the early 2000s, how I like to say, when I had my own business. And since I didn't have any budget, I kind of like learn how to build a website, how to promote it, what's on the technical aspect, as in the title tags, the links, and the backlinks acquired using keywords. Back then, you could stuff keywords and it was still okay to rank pretty well. So that's how I learned. Then I pursue other topics, but I always started consulting people mostly on their digital marketing and online presence overall, how to establish a solid online presence so people can find them. And later on, I took several jobs within the agencies, and for a little while, I decided to slowly focus on the SEO aspect of the digital marketing part.
I completely agree with this point because I often see when marketers try to cover a lot, Facebook, pay per click, I don't know, events, and something like this. You can't be successful everywhere. Of course, it's better to focus in one direction to be the best. I remember when Cristiano Ronaldo was asked about his son, and the question was, do you want to see your son as a soccer player? He replied, yes, I want. But if he doesn't want to play football, I want to tell him to be the best in any niche that he chooses. For example, even a doctor. Yeah, why not? But be the best. I think it's the same with digital marketing. When people try to cover a lot of aspects, for example, I often see many marketers on Twitter, and when I started my LinkedIn journey, I got it. No way, I can't compete with them. Even I need to compete with Elon Musk to get this engagement because he gets a lot of them. And I chose LinkedIn, and I think it's the right approach to focus. And I have the same experience when I started SEO. Searching for keywords, link building, and it changes all the time. I think that SEO is more complicated. And tell more about researching keywords, how to find them, keywords, how to group them, how to choose keywords that you want to get results. More insights.
Right, I was still laughing when you said that Cristiano Ronaldo told his son, "You can be everything you want, even a doctor." It's like it's something bad becoming
Yeah.
a doctor or whatever. Yeah. So, as you said, digital marketing and SEO especially evolves. It's very dynamic. So, what's available this morning maybe will be completely obsolete or even damaging your entities and your website by the end of the night, by the end of the day, right? So I guess we need to understand that the search engine, as in Google, only wants to offer its users, the people who perform the query, the best possible answers for those queries. That's simple. Hey, we cracked the $1 billion algorithm, right? Congratulations to us. So it's all about matching the intent with sounds easier than it is, right? So
Mhm.
I always try to look for what people are actually looking for, and especially in niches. Niches have the especially some niches have their own channels, right? On Reddit you'll find lots of interesting stuff and lots of subject and what people are actually talking, back in the day, you used to go to the market to hear what people were talking and make your financial decisions based on that, or what they were thinking about politics, about the new ruler and so on. So I kind of like see Reddit at that point, some as something similar. You kind of like get a sense, right? Any search start, any research for keywords and intent and also about the subject starts starts with the search engine itself, right? So on the first page, when you put your seed keyword, that should tell you more or less about 80% of what your campaign should be based on, what people are looking, what kind of results are, and how you can fit your site or your client site into one of those top positions. It depends obviously on many other factors such as the history, how many years he has been in business, if he has some sort of an authority, so to say. But I I think, and it's proven that that's kind of like the right approach.
Okay, which metrics are most important for keyword researching? For example, I often get clients who tell me, "Can you promote the keyword finance or weight loss?" And when I check out their websites, no authority, no high quality content. I'm not sure it's a good approach. When you try to overcome big companies, some of them can cost $1 billion. Trying to rank these keywords. uh, Tell how to find keywords, for example, for a new website that has no authority, trust, and yeah, it's only the start of this journey. How to find the right keywords and choose priorities with them.
Based on what you said, we need to reiterate that especially e-commerce, 80-90% of all e-commerce businesses compete with Amazon, compete with Walmart, and all these giants. So there's a wrestling match right there. But what I do, first of all, if it's a new site and a new company, I try to tell, depends on the owner, right? But if there's somebody else, I tell it, be patient. You won't see results as easy as soon as you might think. SEO is not, as opposed to paid advertising, doesn't have an on and off switch that you can turn on and off and get traffic and so on. It's the long term game, and it pays good, but you need to be patient. Then obviously we start with the research, start to figure out the intent, and start with the long tail keywords that are the so-called low hanging fruit. You address and try to come up with the best answer again for what people are searching for. Usually long tail keywords are what we call from the seed keyword, a derivative of that ask a specific question, which has less volume and less you have a better chance of ranking for that keyword as opposed to something so general as in weight loss or finance
Mhm.
and so on. And obviously it's unrealistic to even include a keyword like finance or weight loss in any kind of report, especially if it's a news site. If you have been in business and for a while and run a good number of volume trading that product, you might get a chance. But usually you start with the long tail and try to address again the people's question, because that's something I still want to learn to go deep myself in actually matching that and writing for the people being more important than taking all the other factors in consideration.
Mhm. Okay, got it. Yeah, valuable. Okay, tell me more about, for example, if I choose long tail keywords. Yes, I want to promote them. What's the next step? For example, I have a list of long tail keywords, big list, probably 100 keywords, something like this. What is the next step if I have no content?
To create some.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a starting point. Obviously, you look for the the quickest swim possible. Even a question, even an answer might not be as easy as one might think to put it all together. But you look for the volume, you look for a specific senior area, because some questions are more tailored to the certain locations. So I personally will look for the volume and more searches, volume, more interest, and so on, and also competitors, right? What are they doing, and how you can better answer the questions already your competitors are addressing. And if there's any opportunity to add something extra, add some more information, some insights that you uh, theoretically, a guy who has experience in the field can bring something unique from all of his years of experience from that niche. Weight loss, I'm assuming he's been in business for some time, or finance. He has seen and consulted so many people, and there's always something so small, let's say, opportunity, right, that they only tell his clients in person. You can easily add that to that. So it's a mix, it's a synergy between the consultant, the SEO, and the client, who can also provide some valuable insights on top of what the SEO manager, along with the copywriters and all the technical team, has put together. I always like that sparkle, some unique content, some unique insights from the client itself. I think that's one of the approaches.
Yeah, from my experience, I often see when clients don't understand the user intent, of choosing keywords. And the main issue, they usually try to cover a lot of keywords from the first attempt. When they have limited resources, they can't create a lot of high valuable and quality content. How you can lead clients who don't know where to start? For example, if you have the list of keywords, how to choose priorities, and how to create this high quality content, because I often see when websites have good content, not bad, but it doesn't relate it with user intent. People are searching for something else, and especially we are talking about long tail keyword. That means your content should be specific to these keywords, to reply to the questions that people might ask on these keywords. Yes. How to learn this user intent and choose priorities? Yeah, two questions.
I think I didn't say that, but I worked for close to 4 years for a company that worked exclusively with lawyers from US. So that's an interesting niche, and those clients are quite peculiar. There's also a balance, ex modus in rebus. There must be a balance in everything. So the client, and some clients who are have a more stronger personality, really will want to monitor some keywords specifically, or they consider that those guys are my competitors, although the search says otherwise, right? So the real life competitors versus their online competitors. Now, to answer your question, data should be the first place we should go to make our decision based on that. So we look at the data and see what exactly is happening. For example, lawyers will want to focus more on the division, property division, when actually adoption brings more traffic and more interest, and even they get more falcons to the site. So it's one thing to tell them something very general, and another thing to actually tell them, look, this is what's happening, this is what the data shows us. Then again, he's also able to confirm that by, oh yeah, I've been getting a lot of calls, or a lot of people showed interest in that specific type of things. So again, there's a mix, but data is where I go. And I learned this from others, right? Lots of SEOs say, go there and make your decision based on what the data said. And usually it's are the right decisions.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about lawyers. Yes. For example, if your client is a lawyer, and he replied to you, writing is not my best site. I can win in courts. I can help my clients to I don't know, to refund money from some companies. But I'm not good with writing and what to do. For example, in most cases. Webmasters go to Upwork and hire some broad copywriters who write about everything. For example, when I check out this text, sometimes I can't understand it's good text or not. But if I read this text about digital marketing, I can tell you it's good or not because it's my direction. I can understand the quality. I mean, like the quality of context, not I mean like content. And how to help clients who can't write to write text for content.
I'm going to expand a little bit on the question, and I am going to go back at the beginning of our conversation when you said that digital marketing is SEO, but also email marketing, paid advertising, social media, and so on. Well, SEO by itself is not just that. There's a lot of things, and I didn't find a person who can write a beautiful piece of content that acts well and also code the website in a manner that is very fast and do everything else, and also take out the link building aspect of the website, to build all those links. That person, no. The SEO usually is the person. He's like a manager, right? Making a parallel, like you said, with soccer, with football. He's the manager who manages the contacts with all these people. So it's you who need to build trust with the client, and it's you who need to deliver something of a high quality. I was happy to find good people on Upwork myself. I actually found some talented ones. Obviously, I went through a lot of trials and errors, but you might find it there. But you need to do the work regardless. So a copywriter will deliver some good content. Let's say you find that perfect person, you pay them $10 for 2,000 words of an article, and it's good. But you still need to do some of your work yourself. You still need to, let's say, get in contact with a designer to create a nice graphic for that, let's say, blog post, right? You still need to spend some time to actually read that content and also verify it, and also see, especially in the law industry, which is very the search engine Google is very peculiar in what he chooses to rank, and it makes sense because you cannot give people just any kind of information just like that to take it for granted, right? And you need to spend some time build the authority of that article. Insert some links to external sources. Sometimes some sources are quoted, and you need to put that in there. So there's a team. The SEO wears a lot of hats, but ideally there's a team and there are dedicated people, and you as the SEO, as the person, is the manager and delivers the client the final product. He doesn't need to know, and he wouldn't want anyway to deal with all the things, back and forth. This is it. Okay, this is good. This is not. Let's change this. Let's change that. But 90% of 90% of the final product should be delivered to the client by the SEO, but he manages the content writers and the graphic designers and everything else that needs to be done for that content to serve the people query. That's it.
Yeah, you remind me the situation when I got a new client, and he had a blog about weight loss supplements, and with traffic, not bad, like 100,000 people a month. And he came to me because he got Google filter, that was Penguin, and he lost a lot of traffic, recovered without my help, just disallow many these backlinks, and he asked me to help because the previous agency couldn't get results, even to get this filter. And I found on his website that all titles were written for the sake of having them, without considering keywords, without adding. I mean, like, when you write titles, it's better to give a strong reason to open your content, because 80% of titles not open because people usually scan the top 10 results. They have no time to read them. They scan. If you can get their attention, yeah, they might click to your
That's
title.
what I do.
Yeah, and I rewrote all this, not all these titles. I don't remember how many pages he had. Many pages, like a few thousand pages. But I opened a Google Search Console to analyze pages that have traffic, and rewrote titles for these pages, and traffic increased 2 times for a month. And he told me, you're a magician. I replied to him, no, I'm not magician. Well, he told me, no, all SEOs tell me I need to wait 6 months, 12 months to get results, but you got results for a month. I
You
didn't
haven't
do
even
any.
touched the website, right? Only a
Yeah.
spreadsheet. The spreadsheet. So I don't even touch the website, and magic. Maybe proper skill.
Yeah, but yeah, we just my team rewrote these titles. We provided additional reason to open this content, and it's not because of increasing ranking positions, just to get more traffic with existing positions. Okay, tell me your insights. How we can improve, or not improve. It's better to ask how to add keywords to the pages, because, for example, when we have a list of keywords, we need to add them. And I think 10 years ago we just put them to the context without anything special. I asked my copywriters, please add 5 times, 10 times these keywords, and yeah, I was right at that time because it worked. Today I'm not sure, because Google can analyze this content for a human. It's much better when it's simple to read. Tell more insights how to add keywords today.
Again, we're going to go back a little bit to what we discussed. And also,
Sure.
I'm going to give you an example from the law industry, because I'm a little bit more familiar than other industries, right? If you look for the keyword spousals, alimony, let's say New York, or alimony Chicago, alimony Illinois, let's say like that. Alimony is spousal support. You'll find that most first 2 or 3 results don't even have the word alimony on the page, although they rank number 1 for arguably an interest, a higher interest keyword, right? That brings in a lot of traffic and a lot of money for the clients. So this what shows us that Google is smart enough to know what alimony is, although you don't have it on the page. It shows the spousal support page, which gives you the best, again, the results that you are looking for to put in the query. That's quite the opposite of what happened 10 years ago, when it was okay to have the same keyword in the title 3 times and do the article itself, and so on. Obviously, there needs to be a mix. There needs to be a nice flow. Google is not a human, but he kind of like starts learning how to read human-like. So if you sense that something's wrong, it probably is. So here's my magic. Actually read that, and if it makes sense, then it's good. If it doesn't make sense, or you feel that something is exaggerated a little bit, then do something about it. That's my approach.
Yeah, I like this approach. Of course, it's better to read. And what we do, Moz shares a study that if you use numbers in your title, you can increase CTR by 36%. HubSpot shares the study that if you use brackets in your title, you can increase CTRs by 38%. And what we have done with all these studies, we just added numbers and brackets to these titles. And yes, CTR was increased a few times, and even more. Some positions, by the way, increased as well with this traffic. I know that Google denies that you can't increase ranking positions if people click more often. But of course, it's we don't know the truth. Perhaps indirect factor helps at that point. But it's interesting that we usually provide brackets, numbers, and some powerful words to these titles. And yes, that was magic. Nothing special, but magic works at
This
that
was
point.
transition for the print publishing era, right? Back in the 50s, 60s, and so
Yeah.
on. All those 10 things to know about whatever, or 17 things to look out for when you want to lose weight and stuff like that. So that's not something new. And it's addressed to, no surprise here, to humans and not search algorithms. So adding numbers and checklists and so on is addressing the human needs. People
Mhm.
like that. That's why Google likes it.
Okay, I have the question about Canadian SEO. How we compare Canadian and American SEO? For example, when I promote websites for Russian-speaking countries, it's not even close to websites for the US and Canada. It's quite different, different approaches, methods of link building, creating content. Yeah, of course, we have foundation, similar stuff, but in most cases, it's quite different. And in my SEO agency, we have two teams for Russian and for English. Okay, but let's dive to Canadian and American SEO. Do we have some difference there or not?
So I take in that you don't do everything yourself. You don't write the content yourself. You don't build links by yourself and so on. You have a team. Okay. Canadian and US. I've worked for, I was serving the US, some US companies as well in my career. And I worked a little bit in, well, you cannot say Europe because Ukraine, I'm originally from Romania. Ukraine, Romania, and France are three different markets, although they're all from Europe, right? So, although you have, let's say, New York and Los Angeles, two opposite, they're a little bit different. It's not as different as the previous examples. So obviously, the Canadian market is more close to the US one, and they overlap on many occasions, and also the most of 80% of the time the intent is quite the same, but there are differences between Canada and the US. Obviously, US, only if you take the numbers, right, has, it's close to the same size, but has 300 or something million people, and Canada has 50 million people, not even so, although
Yeah.
the size is the same. So obviously, when you are addressing those markets, the volume quite makes a difference. And uh, one might say it's more challenging to Canada because you kind of like have less people. The competition is more fierce.
Hmm.
Let's say. But I guess that goes for everything in life. Um,
Hmm.
I guess I don't know if that
Okay.
what
Okay.
has an answer.
Yeah, got it. Got it. Okay, I have the question uh, specifying to some niche. For example, do you think it's a good idea to to focus attention with one topic? For example, promote only gambling websites or weight loss or lawyer, or SEO can provide results for any niches?
That's a tough question. From a career perspective, it might be
Hmm.
better to start with a niche and also start small, right? Do break your site because inevitably you'll make mistakes. Break your site, I don't know, get penalized and so on. But earlier in your career, then build a project that's successful and then replicate it. Usually, a solid career starts within a small project that gets replicated within the same industry, and after a while, it gets spread. Some are applicable on all industries.
Hmm.
That being said, I've seen very talented SEOs and digital marketers who was extremely successful in some campaigns. Let's say clothing. I've seen them and I've known them myself here, and were failed miserably when started
Hmm.
promoting, not specifically SEO, on using SEO, right, but digital marketing, promoting a campaign with, let's say, fintech, some fintech or crypto or whatever. So it's not the same, right? There are some overlapping elements, and a good marketer knows what are those, but each industry has its own specifics. And also, you will know that once you are an expert in your field, let's say weight loss. Anatoly is a weight loss expert. An SEO who is good on many other fields, let's say, will come to you to connect with you and to say, hey, I have this client, he's into weight loss, let's have a chat or something like that. It happened to me, and I guess it happened to you through your to your career. Somebody must have reached out for more insights where you had more experience than that. I guess, yeah, that's a start. My opinion.
Yeah, okay. And I think the focusing is good thing. Is good thing, but for me it's hard because I
Yeah.
started my SEO agency, and we promote any websites except some niches like adult. But even right now, I have a client in crypto, forex, binary options, and what I've done with that, I started to learn more about this niche. For example, if I wanna get results, you don't need to be a specialist, but you need to understand the topic. Even when I got the client with weight loss supplements, I started to learn. Yes, I have time. When I research keywords, I check out the top 10 results. I can read their content and understand better. It's hard to ask your SEO expert, specialist, to know everything. Of course, for us, it's better to know our topic, but specialization is must. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, it's a good thing. I know some people who specialize in one topic. That's okay, But in my experience, I usually take broad topics, but I started to learn more, to get more insights, to understand the content. And yes, it takes time. It takes time, but that's okay. If you want to get results, it's better to do it. Okay, let's talk about link building. I think that, yeah, SEOs don't like link building. It's hard, but some specialists, well, like Brand Dean, he can provide great results with link building, with Whitehead SEO. Okay, tell me, how do you create or earn or any other methods to get links to your clients' websites?
Well, you just need to put the content out there and the links will follow. No problem. You just put the overnight. No, obviously that's another part of the SEO manager's job is to have people point out, give you likes. Essentially, links are likes from other websites that vouch for you, and it's the core element of the Google's algorithm, right?
Yeah.
So links have been and will be for some time now, especially in the niche industries, very small projects. This is how Google finds it and discovers it, and also kind of like trust. If I say to you, hey, Anatoly, you want to work with this guy, recommending you, you most likely say, okay, Emmanuel recommended him, so maybe I'll give it a try. So it's the same principle, right? How I do
Yeah.
it, I use everything possible. I don't like to do I wouldn't call them black hat techniques. I stay away from PBNs and all those kinds of link building schemes. But whenever there's opportunity, and there are opportunities in almost any industry possible, take that opportunity from many different from journalists who write about the subject, services like Hero, and also going back to Reddit, see what people are talking for, what are their sources, and so on. Competition. Sometimes you already kind of like have what kind of links you want to build in mind before creating the content. Let's say there's a study or something like that. You kind of like know where would you want to attract, what kind of sites, what kind of niches you want to address, and once you have that in mind, you can start reaching out. Obviously, in time you develop some relationships, and there's also some good link building agencies that only focuses on that, talking about specializations, right? So I have been working in my career with some people who are dedicated in that and develop some special relationship, some human relationship again, that helps you in your career, in your with your project, right? You kind of like know, hey, I have this article from, let's say, a lawyer or a supplement for a supplement website. Let's find out what some good opportunities in LinkedIn to build some links to this nice article. That's already great. And that's kind of like the approach I have. And obviously there are many ways. That's why it's good to be specialized, and there's people who specifically deals with link building.
You mentioned about black hat SEO, black hat techniques, and it's interesting. I think that I often get the question, black hat works or not. I think it depends on your skills and knowledge. For example, Craig Campbell always replies, "Of course it works. I have great results with that."
What?
Someone can proclaim, "No, it doesn't work because I can't get results." Yeah, I think it depends on your skills. If you spend time learning about black hat SEO, I think you can get results with that as well. Even with PBN, I don't use them. I think it's you should learn a lot about PBN, how to create them, how to host them, how to save them, because Google might find all these PBN links. Yes, but when I started to read more, I got it. No way. I wanted to improve my skills with white hat SEO. But even today, for example, guest posting is black hat SEO. We can call it gray SEO or any other color, what we can use even many methods. It's like black hat SEO, even reaching out to journalists. You can ask them for a link. It's against rules Google's, but I think that Google can punish for some methods and don't touch other methods. Okay. Uh, Tell more insights how to choose the right link building strategy. For example, I have a new website, I want to promote it to get results, and we have a bunch of methods: guest posting, I don't know, broken link building, outreach, PR, many. How to choose the right that will work for you?
Must depend on the project as well. But I would start, as you said, broken links. That's the easiest thing. Competitors, right? See what's going on there, who ranks first, and try to get those things as well. Try to cover as much local as you can. If your supplement, see who's big in your field locally, and try to establish a relationship. Again, back to relationships, because what is what these are links basically, but human links, right? Try to develop not just for link building, but have somebody who is big in the local market. Let's say weight loss, right? Supplements. You want to address, let's say, New York. You find a couple of shops or a series of a chain of I was looking for the word, right, of shops, and have them partner up and make sure you get the backlink to you, so you can especially tie to that keyword, to your branded keyword, so kind of like give the proper signals to the search engine that they kind of like carry your products, and so on. I guess it depends on each one, and it's hard to give just one example, but I will start with competition and broken links, because they tend to be the easiest way to actually see something and get something done as soon as possible.
Okay, tell more about tools. How to find links and which tools to use, for example, for broken link building or any other link building techniques.
Many tools available, and my go-to tool is SEMrush. I've been using it for quite a while, and that's where I put all my projects on, most of my projects. But I've been using Ahrefs and Moz and all those things as well. So I would start with there. They do a pretty good job of finding your broker links and your competitors, and also the ranking for your website, the keywords, and everything else. So it encompasses everything that online project might need. So that's a good tool that helps a lot. That being said, there's many others, and I was quite surprised when there's this free tool, Broken Link Checker. You Google it, and it finds also on your website links that other tools might not find. I was quite surprised by that. I did that experiment a while back. So always on the lookout, but so many tools can be a little bit overwhelming, And
Mhm.
one of my pet peeves is that I learn a dashboard, so I'm good with that. I don't want to learn or not necessarily want to add more to that. So I'll personally stick with the SEMrush, and I will stick with one tool because all of them more or less do the same thing. Some more successfully than others.
It's interesting that SEMrush shares checking links for free. Before 2022, I think that SEMrush wanna share that today data is more bigger than hrefs have has, and I check out free websites, and yes, SEMrush provides a lot more backlinks than hrefs, and it's free today. It's interesting because SEMrush costs much more than many other similar tools, and yeah I think the main point is from SEMrush to show that this hrefs is not a leader anymore. Today SEMrush has a lot more backlinks, and it's free. It's free. You don't need to pay for them.
It also depends on the market, right? So, for example, I found that in UK agencies use more hrefs than any other tools, right? So I guess that's also a factor into popularity. But more or less, they do the same thing, and you 80%, 90% you get the same results. But I guess we're looking for those 10 or 20% that differentiate between the others. That's what we're looking for. So
How much do you pay for SEMrush?
around that's the price market is around $100 per month, right? For a regular plan, and that goes for Ahrefs, SEMrush, and Moz, and all of them.
Okay, got it. Okay, I have the question about how to find customers. I think that many of my I don't know. I often get this question from my audience: how to find customers. I'm leading my SEO agency or something like this, and of course they wanna get clients. Tell your insights. How do you search for clients? How you can convince them to cooperate with you?
That's probably the most important question in I guess any business, right? And
Yeah.
probably sales are the core skills of any business person. Sometimes, and you have probably met that great SEOs, remarkable SEOs that fail miserably when they run their own stuff because they're different set of skills, sales and managing, and also being talented at what you do. Um, there are many options, but my approach is through education. That's one thing. You also obviously you're doing the same thing because you have this podcast and you put lots of information out there through video, through content on your site, and so on, through education. Sometimes you need to chase them, and you kind of like develop a sense, as we said here, SEO wears many hats, and quite often he also wears the sales hat as well, right? Because sell client is just there's always an opportunity to upsell or offer something extra, and you kind of like develop that sense once you'll be working with clients for a while. Hey, but you'll need to do this, and obviously let's build some links. That's something extra on top of what you're currently paying, and so on. But I believe enhancing your sales technique and learn to be a better salesperson, that will help you. My approach is through education.
Yeah, I think that content marketing works for me as well. Because for my Ukrainian Russian agency, we usually gets we have a lot of traffic from blogs, from YouTube videos, and I use the same strategy for English speaking countries, to create a lot of educational content to help others, because most customers don't buy from unrecognizable brands. If you can help them, if you can provide value, they can remember you, memorize, and when the time will come, you can sell your services as well.
And
Okay.
the challenge we talked earlier about competing with Amazon.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it's possible to compete with Amazon, but not on Amazon field. It's
Uh,
better to find another field. I found one strategy, interesting strategy. For example, when you check out the top 10 results, and when you see Amazon or any other big popular websites in the top 10, and if you check out their content, it's irrelevant with keywords, it's a big chance because Google doesn't know what to show with these keywords. That means for example, if you I don't know, any topics, for example, buy sneakers, yes, and you can see Amazon, but Amazon shows dresses, I don't know, any other clothes. That means, yeah, you have the chance. I'm not sure that Amazon doesn't have content about sneakers. Perhaps it's not a good example, but the point is when you search for some specific keywords and you can find Wikipedia or Amazon or any other popular websites with irrelevant content, it's the chance, because Google doesn't know what to show with these results.
Again, what the user wants. Offer them what the user
Yeah.
wants. We should be billionaires now because we cracked the code.
Yeah. Okay. And the last question: how my audience can find you, learn more about you, and reach out to you?
Mostly on my website, it's manuelp.com. So the way it's displayed here, Emanuel with a P from my name.com. And also I have a newsletter. I've launched it this year, 15 years later, but who's counting? How about some marketing.com? Simple as that. How about some marketing.com? And there's always something in it for my subscribers. Sometimes a book, sometimes a course that I offer for free, sometimes an incentive, a discount, and so on. So I highly recommend people to subscribe to my newsletter.
Cool, cool. Okay, guys, you can find all these links in the description below. Whatever you listen to this audio podcast, Spotify, Apple, Google, it doesn't matter. Just check out the description. You can find all these mentioned links. Reach out to Emmanuel, learn more about him, order his services. And thanks for listening to us. See you next time. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Anatoly. Have a great one, everyone.